Early season table toppers Monaco took on a struggling METZ side at the Stade Louis II. However, it was the visitors who took just 4 minutes to find the net in the Principality, and in some style. Yusuf careless in possession, and Lamine Camara spotting Philippe Kern well off his line and astonishingly lobbing the Monaco keeper from the centre circle. At a distance of 58.4 metres, it claims 4th spot on the list of Ligue 1 rubrics goals scored from the furthest distance since detailed records began. Just before the break, there would be another beauty. Griselin Matsima picking out Alexander Golovin on the left, and the Russian cutting inside and bending a superb effort into the top far corner. Beautiful technique on both the goals. Not a huge amount of chances for the watching fans in the first half, but 2 lovely goals. And Golovin wasn't done for the day, this time firing home from a free kick to put the hosts ahead 10 minutes into the second half, clipping the inside of the post on its way through. And that was enough for a win for Monaco, who remain at the summit, 20 points after 9 games. Nice had the opportunity to move at least temporarily to the top of the table if they could overcome their historic hoodoo against Marseille at the Allianz Riviera on Saturday evening. September's goalkeeper of the month, Marcin Bulka, was in fine form. Couldn't do anything about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang's effort, the former Arsenal captain latching onto Valentin Rongier's ball over the top. And while his dink beat Bulka, it didn't beat the post. Owen would come to regret that miss. Just minutes later, the game would swing in Nice's favour as Leonardo Balerdi, who had already received a yellow card for dissent, and committed a clumsy foul on the edge of his own box. The Argentine receiving his 4th red card since moving to France in 2020, 2nd highest during that period. Things would go from bad to worse for the visitors as from a resultant free kick, Evan Guesson, the substitute, beat substitute keeper Ruben Blanco with just his 3rd touch of the game. Nice now unbeaten in 9. Paris Saint-Germain perhaps had one eye on their midweek European fixtures. They hosted a struggling Strasbourg side on their return from the international break. Mbappe was looking to put an end to a 4-game goal drought. Club action, and was given the perfect opportunity after a clumsy challenge. Saw his side gifted an early penalty. France's superstar doesn't need to be asked twice, slotting past Matt Sales to end his barren run, the longest he'd gone without scoring for PSG since early 2018. Back on target and on the score sheet. And PSG would soon enough add a second, this time the goal scorer turning provider. Mbappe with quick feet to earn himself a yard of space, and he used it to put the ball across the goal for Carlos Soler, who tucked into an effectively empty net. Just about onside and just about kept in play. Mbappe with his 1st assist of the season. And PSG ended the game as a contest with 15 minutes remaining. Fabian Ruiz receiving the ball in a congested penalty area, but dribbling his way through and then dinking past Sels. So PSG ease to a win that gives them a boost ahead of their midweek Champions League clash with AC Milan. Meanwhile, Strasbourg's strong start is becoming a distant memory with 3 consecutive defeats. 4th place Brest were unbeaten in their last 5 games as they travelled north to face Paulo Fonseca's Lille side. LOSC had found the net in each of their last 11 matches and looking to extend the league's longest run in that regard and kick off a busy month with a win. It didn't take them long to do so. It's Ashraf Dari with a heavy touch, Edon Jagrova nicking in, and a maybe slightly mishit pass, eventually shovelled home by Yusuf YAZICI. The Pirates had already won on 4 occasions this term, having only led in one of those encounters at the break, so reasons for optimism heading into the second 45. They could easily have been 2 down were it not for a tame finish from Jonathan David. Brest did get one gilt-edged chance to equalise Martin Satriano, though should have tested Chevalier more, heading off target from close range. So a win that sees Fonseca's men go 3 games unbeaten, the first time this season. Toulouse were unbeaten in their last 5 home games when they welcomed Reims to town on Sunday afternoon. Allstill's men were hoping to bounce back after defeat to Monaco, and having hit the woodwork no fewer than 3 times in the first half, they eventually broke the deadlock within 3 minutes of the restart. Toulouse not able to clear the lines, and the ball breaking to Amir Richardson, the edge of the box. A deflected shot was too much for Guillaume Restes to handle. However, after having finally taken the lead, the away side held it for just 4 minutes. Ball forward from Gabriel Suazo was flicked on by the advancing Logan Costa for Thijs de Linga to head home, and whilst his strike was initially ruled out for offside, VAR intervened. and awarded the striker his third of the season. And that would be how it ended. So for all their near misses, the Reims ultimately held to a draw, missing the chance to climb into the top four. Nantes welcomed Montpellier to the Beaujois for a mid-table meet-up. Canaries came into the tie as the form side though, having put a poor start to the season behind them with 3 wins from their previous 4. And they would take the lead a minute before half-time in somewhat farcical circumstances. Mix-up between Boubacar Kouyaté and Benjamin Lecomte. Latter hurriedly clearing the ball, only finding the onrushing Florent Mollet. And put his old employers to the sword. A low drive across goal. Montpellier had at least half chances in the second half but couldn't take them. And that would prove costly with around a quarter of an hour remaining. Given away in midfield, Moses Simon driving into the box and picking up Keita, the substitute side-footing home to seal the points. And that would be that, with victory Nantes move into 7th place, just 1 point shy of 4th. Montpellier remain stuck in the bottom half. Lorient hosted Rennes for a Breton derby in Sunday's lunchtime kickoff. Régis Lebris's men looking for a first win since August to lift them out of the drop zone. And the side were gifted an early lead, a calamitous piece of defending by Mohamed Omari. Visitors concede a first away goal in 3 league outings. Omari, not one to watch this one back. Bouncing back off the post and then into the net. Rennes hit back in no time though, a defensive mistake of their own from Lorient. Amin Gouiri picking out Ludovic BLAS, who with his first touch put it into the bottom corner. Midfielder finding his feet in Rennes now, 2-2 after just 1 in his first 6 games for his new club. Melu picked up the pace and on the brink of half-time wrestled back the lead as Issa Touré capitalised on another Omari mistake, finishing nicely with the outside of his boot. And they would retain that lead through the second half. Despite carrying the tag of the league's worst defence, Lorient finally gained some momentum and end a 5-game winless run. Nantes were looking to win for the first time ever at Le Havre's Stade Océan to carry on their upturn in form. They began the first half in positive fashion with some early pressure on Arthur goal. Andy Diouf finding space 10 yards out. The midfielder's effort deflected over the bar by Yoann Salmier. Le Havre looked to spring on the counter-attack, and Nantes had Kevin Danzo to thank for staying level. Centre-back on hand to vitally intervene and prevent what looked a certain tap-in for Mohamed Bayo. The travelling Nantes fans so thought that they'd got a winner of their own in the 93rd minute. Florian Sotoka heading in at the near post. The goal would be ruled out for a marginal offside by VAR. Le Havre now have 3 clean sheets from their 9 matches. Only Nice can boast more this season. Final game of the weekend saw Lyon host Clermont in what was unexpectedly but undeniably a relegation 6-pointer as things stood. Any hopes of a game against the only side below them resulting in the start of a revival for Lyon was soon in tatters. They fell behind within 10 minutes. Good work from Shamar Nicholson. A clever cross to the back post where Mohamed Cham was waiting. Just about succeeded in heading over the line despite Anthony Lopez's best efforts. Although Lyon dominated possession, Clermont created the better openings. After Nicholson and Cham had seen further effort saved, they doubled their advantage as Yoann Magnin struck from range. Lopez's positioning could certainly be questioned. Magnin taking full advantage of the keeper standing way off his line to carry beauty into the top corner. Fabio Grosso made a triple change at the interval, and one of those replacements, Corentin Tolisso, had an almost immediate impact as his tantalising cross was flicked on, unfortunately, into his own net by Florian Ogier. They would never find an equaliser though, so a huge win that sees Les Lanciers leapfrog Lyon. They must be wondering where their first victory is going to come from. Not a particularly high-scoring weekend, 18 goals in all, 6 home wins, with Clermont the only away side to take all 3 points. So it's as you were on the podium with all of the top 3 claiming wins. Lille though jump above Brest into the Europa League spot after their win over the Pirates, whilst Marseille slipped to 8th. Another disastrous weekend for Lyon, maybe their worst yet as they lose to the only team below them. 3 points after 9 games is their worst start to a season since the 1960s. They will have another opportunity to claim a first victory of the season on Sunday evening next weekend as they take on another struggling side in OM, whilst 2 of the top 4 meet as Monaco head to LOSC.